So Truman,
Yes.
do you see McCole Hardman's tweet?
I did see McCole Hardman's tweet. He's talking about being drafted in the second round with Tyreek Hill and Travis and Sammy Watkins. He's like, y'all expect me to be a number one wide receiver?
Bro, just I can't. I liked McCole in his time in Kansas City, and I thought he had the right mindset. But bro, come on, you're an NFL level player, and you're having this kind of lazy ass mindset. Like, listen, I'm not an NFL player. I'm not that athletic, and I never will be. And I certainly wasn't sitting behind Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill on the depth chart. But when it just comes off as poor taste, especially in this Chiefs season. Hold on, I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer to me.
Oh, nice. Good.
It just comes off as terrible taste in this season, where you have a player with, like, when Isaiah Pacheco is your starting running back.
Right.
A 7th round pick, dude said, and I quote, "I came here to take a grown man's job," then did it, and not from two slouches either. I understand that, CEH got hurt, but you still had Ronald Jones. You added Ronald Jones in the offseason to, take the snaps that Isaiah Pacheco was getting. And Isaiah Pacheco said, nope, this is my starting job, took it, and was the number one running back in front of two veterans with Ronald Jones and Jet McKinnon.
Well, and I will also tell you that McCole Hardman, I think, was drafted with the thought that that Tyreek Hill wasn't going to be here. I think a lot of people forget that when they're viewing the eyes of the McCole Hardman draft, but they didn't think Tyreek Hill was going to be playing. So I think that is probably the biggest precursor, is that no one expected him to be the wide receiver once the wide receiver one after Tyreek Hill was cleared to play. But the fact that he included Sammy Watkins in there is weird. Either way, let's get rolling here on Dahm. That's true. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Here we go. Welcome everybody back into another episode of Dahm. That's true. I'm your host of the most, Truman. This team is Chiefsaholic, and I'm live from a hotel room in the middle of BFE, Kansas. As always, I'm joined by the bomb, Owen Dahm. Owen, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing well.
You're just, how's normal civilization? How is it? Having 5G everywhere you go. Are you getting cancer faster than I am technically now, or?
Yeah, they put up a cell tower next to my house, and my face started drooping, and some of my skin melted off. But I was able to download a tweet and print it into my grandfather in 2 seconds. So that was cool.
That is pretty cool. That's good for Gramps or Gramps. I don't know. Either way, welcome everybody back into the episode of Dahm. That's true. Today we're going to be talking Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson news. I wanted to kind of do, honestly, we're in the off season. We're dedicated to doing slightly shorter episodes for everybody, but we're still the longest continuous running podcast. We will not take those days off. We refuse to do it. But instead, we'll give you guys kind of shorter episodes in this off season, a little bit at a time. Nothing too short, but no 10-minute episodes. But don't be surprised if you see a 30-minute episode. I don't know if we'll ever get under like in the 20s, but a 30 to 40.
That'd be crazy, dude. We'd be
episode.
Cooking.
Right. But today, I want to talk about probably the biggest news. Owen, did you see the tweet? Did you see this string of tweets and stuff? I think
the one about Lamar Jackson saying that one dude isn't working at his agent.
No, I think he did.
We were talking about the tweet that actually matters. Oh, yes, I did see that.
That's the one. Yes,
I did. I know it. I am familiar with the tweet you're referencing. Lamar Jackson trade rumors.
Yes,
requested a trade.
He did request a trade. That's that ain't a rumor. To be honest, right. that is confirmed. He confirmed that himself. Source: Lamar Jackson. Us, Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
All-time tweet that is, by the way. Source us. The fucking, what was it? The Commanders? Was it like
the
source
Blue Jays?
Us? The
It was the Blue Jays.
That's right.
It was like blah 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 will not pitch today, and somebody's like, "What's your source?" And it's like us, the Blue Jays, because it's from the team Twitter account. So
right,
Lamar Jackson himself tweeted out. He said, "Hey, I'm, seeking a trade. It's not anything to do with you guys. It's everything to do with the owner and kind of what we're like what I'm going through right now." So That's what's going on with Lamar Jackson right now, which is crazy, crazy stuff. But I wanted to sit there. I want to sit and look at this from all aspects. I want to talk about, what is Lamar's contract going to look like. I want to talk about how he hasn't been traded yet. I want to talk about how I think how many quarterbacks we honestly think there is better than Lamar Jackson, or running backs for you, Owen. I know you're a big Lamar B guy.
Running. Hey, listen, no, that's a joke. I love calling Lamar B because it's funny. But like, if you have you ever like gone back and looked at Lamar Jackson tape from the Ravens and his
Oh,
throws?
just any Lamar Jackson. I mean, if you want to watch, he was really, he had the that high school juke into the end zone where he stopped on the
Oh,
dime
the
and
point one, yeah,
the
the
guy
point of
went
the guy.
yeah, and the guy went way past it. And he just like speed walked into the end zone. That was the first time everybody saw Lamar Jackson that they didn't even know it. So,
Well, that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm
I know.
talking about just his throwing tape, because I like to clown Lamar for being inaccurate, blah blah blah. I love to make fun of him for the Pro Bowl thing. But have you just seen how many games where Lamar is putting these throws into his wide receiver's chest and they drop it?
Yes.
It's insane.
He also hasn't had a wideout. He hasn't had a single. He's had. I don't know who has. He had Hollywood Brown, and they traded him away. I mean,
Yep,
I don't know what the Ravens are ever doing.
they're terrible. It helps that I followed that one guy, Lamar Heisman,
Yep.
on
Yep.
Twitter, because
Always
he keeps
a
me
good follow.
updated in the. Oh, yeah, good Twitter follow, Lamar Heisman, by the way. Uh, Keeps me updated with all things DMV,
Sure.
and it's awful, man. I feel bad for Ravens fans. It's terrible.
I feel sort of bad again. Get good quarterbacks as far away as possible. That's how I always feel about it.
Right, right, right.
But it does suck to see. It sucks to see Lamar not get paid. I mean, this is an insane thing, and I don't know. Let's start here. I think the catalyst. I think everything that's probably. I think the thing that's ruined this the most for Lamar Jackson and really any NFL quarterback looking for a contract right now is the Deshaun Watson deal. Quite plain and
Yeah.
simply. I mean, Lamar Jackson
I mean,
or Deshaun Watson, fucking the fact that they paid this man. Let's get it. 5 years, $230 million. In the first year, in which people will be like, well, that's less than 50 mil. That's only 45 million, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they're like that's only it's only $45 million, really. Well,
It's like 40 million a year. It's
46.
like four.
It's 46 million. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah, 'cause it's
40.
like 220, right?
It's 230. 5 years, 230. It's
Yeah, yeah,
$46
yeah.
million a year. But what people don't remember is that also Deshaun's like first year wasn't like even a real thing. Like his first year, he got a base salary. Yeah, in 2023 or no, sorry, he got a base salary of like $10 million that first year because they weren't sure he was going to play or not. So
Right.
then they backloaded it, and now they owe him like 50 $60 million a year essentially for the rest
Yeah,
of
it's an
it.
awful contract for the Browns.
It's an awful contract for everybody because also Deshaun Watson hasn't been playing very well. So now it's like because Mahomes was a watermark. He hit that and everybody went, "Oh great, now we're gonna have everybody's gonna have to play this." But in everybody else's defense and Patrick Mahomes' defense and the Chiefs, nobody else has played like Patrick Mahomes has played since he's gotten that deal.
Yep.
No one. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did win 2 MVPs in that time frame, but Aaron Rodgers also had very kind of underwhelming MVP seasons. He was the best player in the years that he played, that he won MVP, but he wasn't that great. He wasn't. He didn't have
Right.
that good of numbers. Mahomes had great numbers again. So, but Deshaun Watson's contract resets it in a way that is like, he's getting paid that much money to be fucking awful. So
Right.
it's not good. It's not great at all, and it is causing a huge problem for everybody. And
Right.
now everybody wants to get paid like Deshaun Watson, and in the way it's almost, I would almost claim it as 40 chess for the Browns to sign Deshaun Watson if they weren't so stupid to sign Deshaun Watson to this deal because then it would screw Lamar's contract over. But the Browns aren't that smart, so it's
Yeah, they're not a well-run organization.
right.
There's a
So
reason why the Browns and the Raiders have been the two worst teams in the NFL over the last 20 years. It's because their ownership sucks.
exactly. So everybody wants Deshaun Watson money now because Deshaun Watson got paid like that and doesn't play very well.
And yeah, and that's where the thing where Chiefs fans were coming in heavy with the "I told you so"s, because we said when Mahomes got that contract that everyone was going to be wrong, and that the Mahomes contract was actually a good contract, getting it all squared away now, so they can do signing bonuses, cap magic, whatever.
Right.
And because of Mahomes' contract is why you get a contract like Deshaun Watson's contract.
Right.
Because Deshaun said, I, played as well as him in that 2018 season. I had, for a while there, shouts at MVP. Of course, he fell off at the end of the season and, was like, I think fourth place in the voting in that 2018 season. But I mean, Deshaun had a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
And so now coming back off of a year that he sat, he says, hey, these are my stats. I want to get paid. And the Browns go, okay, we'll cough up 200 mil for you.
Right.
And boom, bad idea. And now all of the quarterbacks need to get money like that because Deshaun is not as good as they are.
No. Deshaun Watson is a bottom 15 quarterback in the NFL right now.
I would not be surprised, though, if he has some kind of crazy comeback, though.
He could bounce back after having a year to fully get in there, and, he wasn't allowed in the facilities for, who knows how many weeks and all that stuff. But, it's a huge distraction, obviously. But,
right.
I don't know, man. It's just weird.
But yeah, it ruins quarterback market for everybody else. Chiefs reap the benefits. Salary cap goes up. Mahomes' contract looks better and better every day.
Absolutely.
Yum, 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 yum.
Absolutely. Yes.
Tasty.
Yes, it always gets Mahomes' contract always gets better, and Lamar Jackson asking for a trade is a prime example of it. So
understandable as well.
Now that Lamar has offered a trade, or asked for a trade, obviously the non-exclusive franchise deal, a franchise tag means that at a minimum, teams can trade 2 first-round picks for him and sign him to the contract.
Yep.
Right, and like the Browns or like the Ravens have an opportunity to, like, I think match the deal or whatever.
Yeah, it's match the contract.
Yeah. But instead, but now that he has also asked for a trade, I imagine that there's a way they can do a sign and trade like the NBA does, where they can sign him to the deal, trade him, whatever.
The NBA has got shit figured out for free agency.
If you were putting together a package for Lamar Jackson, if you didn't have Patrick Mahomes, let's put you on, let's say the Indianapolis Colts. If you were not,
interesting,
if you were the
you say
Indianapolis Colts, why?
Because Indianapolis Colts reached out to him today. Did you see the comment from their head coach?
No, I didn't see it.
The Indianapolis Colts have been looking at Lamar Jackson and said
God.
They would be stupid not to check out the best available quarterbacks when they have the quarterback situation that they do.
Absolutely. For 2 first-round picks, I mean, listen, you've got a top 10 draft pick this year for the Colts. Yeah. I'm wondering if I don't know how this works. I'm speculating. I didn't Google enough. I don't have cell phone reception, so I can't look at these things in my free time. But right. I wonder if there's a thought process of drafting somebody in the top 5 this year that like the Colts can do, and then giving away the next first round picks, the next 2.
Right, because that makes sense because they think that they're going to be a better team, so that they're trading away worse first round picks that don't matter as much.
Right. Yeah. So
that's the gamble.
I wonder if that's going on.
Maybe,
but
I don't know.
If you were the Colts, if it isn't the 2 first round picks, what would you be willing to give away for Lamar Jackson?
Call me crazy.
Yeah.
1 first round pick and Jonathan Taylor.
God, I don't know if you can value Jonathan Taylor as also a first round pick. Is the thing.
I think you can,
because you wouldn't pick a running back. You wouldn't pick a running back with the first round pick.
Well, that's the thing, is that a team without a good running back, like, who's the Ravens' best running back right now? Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, who's always hurt.
Sure, the old Gus bus, or always hurt J.K. Dobbins. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Ravens might sniff at that, but if not, I mean, just two firsts and a wide receiver, two firsts and DJ Chark or
Well, I
whoever
mean,
the hell.
to be first, the maximum price is two first, right?
Oh,
Because you
that's the maximum.
because you can sign them and the Ravens either have to match the deal or whatever.
Oh,
So
I,
they
I,
just
I
have to give
think
two
that the
first round picks
Ravens
for
aren't
that.
accepting anything that's not two firsts.
Interesting. Well, I don't think they're going to over offer on the two first. So I think it'd be a
No,
first.
I think that's a fair price, but I also don't think the Ravens are accepting anything less.
Right.
Unless it's like 4 second-round picks or something. I don't know.
I doubt it. I think it'd be players. I think it'd be like Quentin Nelson, like a guard, like Quentin Nelson and Jonathan Taylor. Now we're
Yeah,
talking.
but the Ravens aren't a good enough organization to grab a guard from somebody.
I guess that's fair. Yes. Sorry, I got a little bit of
Which is crazy because if I said that 3 years ago, people would be like, "You're insane." The Ravens are, well run. They're always in the playoffs.
Yeah. The other question I have for you, so we talk about what you would give away for it. As Chiefs fans, obviously, I believe that we have a quarterback who is better than Lamar Jackson. Would you agree?
I agree. I do agree.
That's a softball. I did put that one on a tee for you.
I appreciate that. Keeping them easy for me in the beginning.
Hey, you knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. How many quarterbacks? I've got a list of quarterbacks right now that I have a little cheat sheet. I'm not gonna lie to you. How many quarterbacks do you think you would say? How many quarterbacks can you name off the top of your head that you think are better than Lamar Jackson?
Okay, me thinking right now, quarterbacks that I would rather have than
Yes.
Lamar Jackson.
Right.
That aren't Patrick Mahomes.
That aren't Patrick Mahomes. Well, I guess Patrick Mahomes is included in the list, obviously.
Right. Oh, he's included?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Owen is counting on his hands. I'm hoping doesn't have
Four
to
and
get
a
his
half.
toes out. Four and a
Four and a half.
I think I know who the half is, but okay. All right.
Yes. Okay, so quarterbacks I'd rather have Josh Allen,
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes,
Of course. Weird that you
Joe
put Josh
Burrow.
Allen over. Weird that you said Josh Allen first, but okay.
Well, I'm just in no particular order.
Okay. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and maybe Trevor Lawrence. That's it.
Wow. Interesting. So here's where I would change. I wouldn't take Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson.
You wouldn't?
I'm a little bit of I'm in the Emmanuel Acho camp. I don't love Justin Herbert like everybody else does.
Okay.
Justin Herbert isn't a winner. I mean, I don't, and which is a dumb. It's a dumb statement
He
to say.
plays on the Chargers. Chargers tax.
It's a splashy thing. Yeah, but
And remember, it's the Chargers, dude. They're woeful.
People would say the same thing about Andy Reid. Andy Reid's clock management. Well, Andy Reid doesn't have good clock management.
You could also say
And
Lamar
now
isn't
it
a
doesn't
winner.
matter.
You can use the same argument that you discredit Justin Herbert with to discredit Lamar.
Lamar's been to the playoffs, I think, more than Justin Herbert's only gone 1 year, right? Lamar Jackson's gone two
Lamar
or three.
has one playoff win.
Still more than Justin Herbert. He also
That is
has an
true.
MVP, and Justin Herbert doesn't. He hasn't been the best quarterback in the league ever.
That's true.
I
I mean, we just said that Lamar season, the worst QB season we've seen.
it's
In a while.
but he rushed for 1,000 yards, right?
That's true. He did.
Yeah, so I don't think that's fair. I think he did something that we haven't seen done ever.
Lamar is still. I agree. Lamar is still more special than Justin Herbert is for sure.
Right, and to be fair, Justin Herbert. The only thing Justin Herbert has going for him is being special, right? Because it's not winning, and it's not
Yeah, that's true.
taking over games. It's I would go Patrick Mahomes, of course. I would go Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Those are your top three, probably right now for sure.
Big three.
People would be tempted to put Jalen Hurts above Lamar Jackson. I'm not there yet.
No.
I've seen 1 year from Justin Hurts, and there's something to be said that maybe people figure that out, and I don't know. And he's also had great weapons. He's had great options, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Lamar's had worse options than Jalen Hurts has, and a far worse O-line as well. But I mean, Jalen Hurts has proved himself to be an elite quarterback this last year for sure.
Right.
And you're
I know.
screaming
I
up.
got you.
All right, just make sure. But I mean, Jalen Hurts is provably elite now, and he's got a big task in repeating what he did this past year, next year, because the Eagles are going to have a much tougher schedule. They're not going to have a cupcake schedule like they had. So we're really going to see how good Jalen Hurts is this year. But I'm still not ready to put Jalen Hurts above Lamar. Lamar does stuff that we've only seen Michael Vick do.
Right. Absolutely. I just
As much as I love to clown Lamar.
right. But also, I mean, to be fair, you were sitting here, we were just talking about guys that have playoff wins.
Yeah.
Obviously Lamar Jackson has less playoff wins than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but I still don't like using wins as a stat. I think knowing how to win is important, and having that quote clutch gene is important, sure. But I'm not gonna say that Dan Marino is a worse quarterback than Troy Aikman.
Right. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right. Okay, so for my list, I believe it might just be Dahm, that's Owen for the rest of this show, which will be fine. It'll be all right.
That's fine. For our audio listeners, Truman's crispy, clean, wavy voice can still be heard.
Yes, I don't know why my droid cam just stopped working. We'll see if this. Oh, we're back.
Oh, he's
there
back.
we go. Thank God. Okay, so I put obviously so Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes,
Yep.
Josh Allen.
Yep. You're putting them actually in order.
No, I put Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, then Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, then Josh Allen. I would probably take. I don't know if I'd take anybody else, and nobody else is a slam dunk, right?
Yeah.
That might be it for me. I think I'd pick those three over Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Is that crazy to say? I believe Lamar Jackson is just that unique and special of a talent.
I might do. I'm depending on what kind of Aaron Rodgers we see this year, because once again, Aaron Rodgers had zero weapons, just like Lamar did this last year, and struggled because of it. But we'll see.
I don't know.
But then again, we've never seen Lamar Jackson have a truly elite wide receiver either.
I just don't love Aaron Rodgers. Am I crazy for that as well? I've never been that impressed by what Aaron Rodgers. I know everybody
I don't think
loves.
You're crazy.
I mean, we all remember, I guess, and even like, I know it's. I feel weird about it because even like in the early 2010s when it was like this is prime Aaron Rodgers time, it was like. I didn't think he was that crazy. I didn't think he was that good and flat. He made some incredible throws, but and maybe it's because he doesn't do interesting improvisation. He just normally scrambles and then plants and throws and gets it in a tight window, and maybe it's just not as flashy.
He does. Aaron Rodgers went to the school of Tom Brady, which is
sound fundamentals,
right?
But it just doesn't. Aaron Rodgers just never excited me, and that's why I just don't. I don't know if I'd put Aaron Rodgers, especially as he gets older here. I would put him lower than Lamar Jackson on my list.
Understandable.
If I'm the Colts, I'm trading for Lamar Jackson tomorrow.
Yeah. If I'm the Falcons, I'm doing that. I don't know what's taking the Falcons so long.
Collusion. Do you want to talk about that? You want to talk about league collusion a little bit?
What, do you think people are actually stopping him from going to ATL?
No, I think the league is colluding on not giving him the deal that he wants because Deshaun Watson broke the market so much that owners are sitting here.
So you think owners are getting together trying to drive down the QB market?
I don't know if they're even I don't think they're dumb enough to have meetings about it, but I imagine they've talked in conversation here and there to be we ain't they're trying to make a point at this point to say, we're done paying quarterbacks this much. We're not paying you this much. We're not paying anybody else Deshaun Watson's deal. Deshaun Watson's deal was a mistake, and we're not going to do it. And I think, I wonder if that's why we're not seeing this contract get signed. But also, I will say, an interesting wrinkle to all this is that Joe Burrow is about to get is allegedly their camps are talking, and the average value is supposed to exceed $50 million. It's believed it's going to be a record breaking. Again,
Yummy.
still more than Patrick Mahomes, which is incredible. And
I
people,
love it.
and they still
I
have to
love
try
it.
to pay one of those elite weapons, which is again on this podcast in this house. We believe that Joe Burrow is propped up by his weapons at times. So, I'm just
Sure, Truman. You believe that.
yes, I believe that. I believe sometimes he is propped up by his weapons.
I think everybody is sometimes propped up by their weapons. I think there's one quarterback in the league that we can say is truly not propped up by his weapons, and that's Patrick Mahomes.
Hell yeah. Well, but even then, people would probably still try to make an argument that he's somehow propped up by Kadarius Toney. Well, they'd make the argument he's propped up by Travis Kelce, which is a fine argument. But
I'm fine
okay.
with that. Yeah, bro. I just remember that one time the first game you started, he did so shit with Albert Wilson. Oh wait, he got Albert Wilson a contract. Okay.
It's interesting. And it's funny. He got Albert Wilson a contract with the Dolphins, and then when I created my player on Madden, like that following Madden 20 or 21, whatever it was, my guy got drafted to the Dolphins, and me and Albert Wilson were like this. We were in lockstep, dude. We were
You were cooking
locked
the league?
in. Yeah, we cooked. Yeah. But he was my security blanket. He was my Tyreek Hill. Maybe
I
Albert
like
Wilson
Albert
will be
Wilson.
our
I think I
forever.
see 12. Good Twitter follow too.
Is he retired yet? Is he done? He's got to be done.
Let's find out. Let me Google this real quick.
I can't imagine he's sticking around anywhere. But I don't know. Okay, so to put a nice bow on this, I believe if you are asking for the Dahm That's True position on Lamar Jackson deserves to be paid. Lamar Jackson should be traded. If I was the Colts, I would call tomorrow, and if the Colts trade for Lamar Jackson, congrats, you've won the AFC South. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you're. Listen,
He played.
hear me out.
He did
If
not
you're
play in
if you're the
2020.
Houston Texans, do you give
Albert
a
Wilson
call?
did not play in 2021.
Didn't play. Okay, so he's done.
Didn't play in 2022. Excuse me.
Okay, so he's done, probably,
I believe so.
unless he's probably back with the Chiefs or the Dolphins.
No. He just didn't have any. He's on the practice squad. He was on the Raiders practice squad.
Oh, damn. Sad.
Well, they signed him to an active roster. I guess he just didn't play.
Okay. So Owen, real quick, if you were the Texans, would you give a call? Would you call?
No.
No.
You have your number one overall pick. You have two quarterbacks
no,
who are.
the Texans don't. The Texans are the number 2 pick. Remember, the Bears, you have the number 1 overall
They're
pick.
still
They
fine.
traded it to the Panthers.
They're still fine.
But if you're the Texans, what if you trade that second pick, get 2 first-round picks, then it's like you really lost 1 pick for Lamar Jackson.
Okay, well, if someone is willing to give up 2 firsts for that pick, and you've talked to the Ravens, and you know 100% that if you offer a 2024 and a 2025 first, that they will accept and send you Lamar.
No, it's 20. Give them both the 2024 first. It's like drafting Lamar Jackson with the 2nd overall pick.
Yeah, I mean,
because Carolina gave. Obviously, it was to get ahead of the Texans, so there was some context to it. But the Carolina Panthers gave up the 9th overall pick, their first pick next year, I believe a 2nd-round pick, and also DJ Moore. I don't know if you forgot. It was crazy. That's what the Bears got, and they got among other things. So I
don't know though. The thing is, okay, so you're either getting Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, unless the Bears go crazy and draft a quarterback, which I don't think is happening.
Sure. No. Well, the Bears have already traded out of it. The Bears have traded the picks to the Panthers. They're already out.
Oh yeah, sorry, excuse me. Unless the Panthers go crazy and grab the Kentucky kid, the Texans are getting either CJ Stroud or Bryce Young.
It's true.
Right?
Sure.
You don't have to pay Lamar money for either of those guys. So I think if I'm the Texans, I don't do it because I believe that one of those guys is the future, and you'll have him under control for 4 years. 4 years, and without having to pay 30, 40, 45 million a year.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that's the only reason you wouldn't if you're the Bears.
Okay.
Because obviously you're not if you're the Panthers because you get exactly who you want.
Right. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Sorry, I should have put your big screen for that one.
If
I kept you
you're
small
if you're
screen.
Bill O'B- if you're I almost said Bill O'Brien. If you're the GM for the Texans, are you making the trade?
Uh, I mean, again, I already said I would. I would trade out of my second round pick. I'd trade out of the number 2 pick, get 2 first, trade those 2 first for it. Get out.
I don't think that's a terrible option. My only concern is the money because the Texans aren't a win ready team. They're not
That,
a quarterback away.
that's true. The Texans, yeah. Okay, that is a good point. That the Texans aren't a win. They need as much probably high round talent or early round talent as they can get.
But that's why if I'm the Falcons, I am doing that. The Falcons are win ready. They are good quarterback play away. They already have a star wide receiver. Their offense is better built already than the Ravens.
That's true. The Ravens are just bad. They're just a bad. They are committed to mid, I believe.
Yes.
Personally, I think so at least.
The Falcons roster is ready for Lamar Jackson to come into it and then win. Right then.
Yep.
The AFC South is weak. I mean, the NFC South is weak. Excuse me.
And to be fair, the AFC South is also weak. The Colts are also
AFC South is also
ready
weak.
for
Both of those
him to walk in.
conferences are ready for Lamar to come in and tear them up.
Yeah.
Although I would like to see Lamar a whole bunch of times against the Tennessee Titans defense. That would be fun.
That's true. Okay, fair enough. That about does it for our Lamar Jackson talk. I did want to talk real quick. Oh, did you see this stuff about Chiefsaholic?
Yeah.
My man is on the run again.
Of course he got out, man. What you mean?
It's just insane. That's so funny. That
someone said 610 was talking about if you see a wolf-like individual in your bank, shoot on sight.
Oh, God.
This man is armed and dangerous.
Oh my God, he is armed and dangerous for sure.
It's just I saw a tweet. You know the Vince Carter "I got one more in me."
Yeah.
It was like a Chiefsaholic making his way to the Kansas City for the draft.
Or I saw him,
I got one more in me.
Showing up for the banner ceremony.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's funny.
I got one more in me.
I think I got one more in me. Yeah. That's great. We don't need to talk too much about Chiefsaholic, man. I don't. It's just listen.
Just smile politely, y'all. We're witnessing mental illness.
Yeah, if you've read the articles, I mean, it's kind of a sad life that he's lived, where he was kind of like moving all over the place and is kind of had to steal to survive. It sounds like, and it's one of those things where he's kind of
he's flexing all the time though, so I don't know.
Right. Again, it's what they always say, right? Old money don't flex, new money do flex. It's
right.
And so, and all that new money was robbed from a bank. So you think about that.
Several banks allegedly.
Allegedly. Listen, I guess he's not. I don't know. Is he proven guilty? I guess
I don't know.
He's innocent until proven guilty, technically. But it sure feels like he's got to be.
I hate to tell you, I have not been that invested in it.
Well, fair enough. I haven't either, but I have read.
He's
some
a
of the
Chiefs
articles.
crazy guy. What I have been surprised about is the noticeable lack of people saying, "Oh, it's because the Chiefs are thugs." Blah blah blah. I have not seen any of that.
Not seen that. I haven't seen it related to the. I guess because it's just. Luckily, it's just the fans. So I've seen a fair amount of like. Most sane Chiefs fan, most legal Chiefs fan,
most sane Chiefs fan. That
Chiefs
is one of my
fan,
favorite internet jokes.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I don't. It's fine. Yeah, okay, all right. Listen. Don't listen. Also, we cleared up our positions on Lamar Jackson here on Dahm. That's true. The Dahm That's True official stance for robbing banks to go see the Chiefs play is do it. Do it and you're cool. I told my mom. My mom was like, "Oh, I was like, if he shows up, because my dad mentioned he's definitely going to the season opener," and I was like, "We should all wear wolf masks in solidarity to make it
Solidarity.
harder for the police. So my mom's like, "You're siding with the criminals?" And I was like, "Well, it's not like a normal crime, Mom. It's a cool crime."
That's a cool crime.
He's doing cool crime. My mom's like, "Bank robbing's cool?" I was like, "It's always been cool, Mom. It's a victimless crime. Let's rob some banks." And my mom was like, "Okay, DB Cooper." And I was like, maybe the coolest criminal to ever live, Mom. The man
That is true.
walked in on a plane with a fake bomb. They gave him a couple parachutes, $250,000, and he jumped out of a plane, probably to his death. Coolest criminal probably ever. I'm just saying.
No, ever, period. Well, except for Ned Kelly, but Ned Kelly did the uncool thing of unaliving people.
Yes. DB Cooper did not kill anybody, and he jumped out of a plane and got away with it all. DB Cooper is my hero. DB Cooper, if you're out there and you're a huge Dahm That's True fan, you're one of the 10 Dahm That's True fans, but you're just a massive one. Come on the show. Listen,
Hey, we'll have you.
It'll be DB That's True, and the D stands for Dahm. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's what it stands for. Maybe he's my cousin.
Maybe we're DB Cooper together, me and Owen. Even though it happened in the 70s.
His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson. All right. Real quick, Owen, before we get out of here, we like to do a top 5. You had top 5. You want to say it? You want to do it?
Yeah. So, if you guys don't know, I turned 26 on Saturday. And so to celebrate, you'll never believe this, but Truman and I are friends. And we hosted a hell of a lot of parties in college because we're very social people. And so I didn't stop doing that after I graduated. I still am the party host. So I threw myself a birthday party. And I decided that the theme was an ABC. And ABC stands for anything but a cup. So
not
the
to
theme
be
of the party
confused with ACAB. That is different.
Not to be confused. Quite
also
different.
True, but different. No.
So the thing was, no cups, cans, or bottles were allowed. So for today's top 5, we're doing top 5 drinking apparatuses seen at my house on Saturday.
Okay.
Truman, do you have your 5?
I think you should start. I think I need some refresher. Again, I was only at the party for like 2 hours. I drove for it. I drove 3 hours to go to this party after working a 12-hour day.
Yeah, Truman was a legend, by the way.
I showed up. So I'm going to let you go first just so I can think about my answers for a little bit longer.
Did you enjoy yourself? Hold on, I'm writing these down.
I had a fun time. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have give me a couple seconds. I have a couple to write on here. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking of one more. I'm trying to decide between a couple for my number 5 spot.
Are you?
You might have one that I've forgotten. That's funny.
Oh, are you talking about mine? Mine was good.
Yours?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Truman, yours did not make my list.
Oh my god, you're fucking lame. Mine's number 1 on my list, so.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Coming in at the number 5 spot, I have the prescription bottle shot glass.
That's funny.
Something about that just tickled my fancy. Specifically because it was our buddy, and he made sure that everyone knows exactly what prescription it was, and for some reason that just made me chuckle a little bit, because you could have just said, "Oh, just prescription bottle," but he's like, "No, this is Xanax." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I thought that was pretty funny. Number 4, the hand.
Yep, the hand.
Vincent grabbed my roommate grabbed a hand decoration,
From your other
turned it over. It was hollow. So he rinsed it out and drank out of it. And then decided that then he remembered that because it's a giant like hand arm that he can't set it down. So after I think he said 2 drinks, he rinsed it out and put it back because he didn't want to carry it anymore.
That's funny.
Number 3, our co-host of Grub Buds, Joe's cooling tube. Joe took a PC cooling tube used for water cooling. Filled it with margarita mix and then rigged a spigot on there and drank out of it. And I thought that was pretty good. And I think it's funnier because if you don't know Joe, you don't know what it is. But if you know Joe, you know exactly what it is immediately because Joe's that kind of guy.
Yeah, it did not surprise me. Yeah.
And my two favorites here, Truman, at 2 and 1. I think these got to be on your list. Number 2, coming at my number 2 spot, the gas can.
That was funny.
My buddy Tyler
you knew somebody would do the gas can.
Right. My buddy bought a small gas can, filled it with a bunch of quirks, and drank out of it. And I thought that was especially funny because the quirks, are like colorless liquid, so it kind of makes it look like he's actually drinking gasoline.
Was funny.
Pretty good.
Okay.
And at the number 1 spot, Truman, you know what it is. The fucking hospital piss jug, baby.
I did not. Who had the hospital? I missed the hospital piss jug.
Grant. It was the plastic thing.
Oh.
That's funny. that is a bedside urinal.
Nice.
From a hospital.
Nice. Good.
So
good stuff.
The hospital piss jug coming in at number 1, especially because he drank beer out of it, so it just looked like he was drinking piss.
Nice. Good.
So yeah, 5 to 1.
Back through it.
Prescription bottle, hand, PC cooling tube, gas can, and number 1, the piss jug.
The piss jug. All right. That's good. That's a good top 5. I think my top 5 is better.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm gonna. Okay. All right. I'll start my list off here. I'm gonna start with an honorable mention. Shout out, my girlfriend Tina. Not a fan of the show. Doesn't watch, but. Shout out Tina. She brought me it was like just a plastic egg. Big old egg.
Oh, that was
from
good.
Target. It was kind of funny. And it just ended up being like a bowl. She also had like collapsible dog bowls, like that you take on walks,
that was weird.
She also had like a cat food bowl, which is funny. But all of those are funny. But just a shout out to an honorable mention to her for bringing that. She was like, "I'll bring a Nautica cup for you since you're driving 3 hours."
She did clutch up.
She did. So, okay, number 5. This is where I'm going to put the urn. Somebody was drinking out of an urn, and I'm going to put that. That has to make your top 5. I can't believe you didn't have your top 5. And that person also was pretty much dead to society the whole night. That person was wasted.
That white shirt?
Yeah. On the couch all night, pretty much?
Yeah.
The guy?
That person was going ham.
That man... in the middle of like beer pong games, like was saying, like speaking in tongues almost. Like I didn't even know what he was saying. So
yeah, he was messed up like before you got there, True.
Yeah, I could imagine that. Yeah. Okay, so that's my number 5 is the urn. Number 4, shout out all the syringes. I don't think it's not incredibly creative, but it's funny, and you guys there was like a million of them. So shout out all the syringes.
Shout out Braden.
Yes. Number 3 is the hand statue. I also had that on my list, almost solely for the reason that not only was it just a hand statue that from your other roommate that your roommate was using, but it was also like a $300 hand statue. So like
I didn't know
it was
it
like
that expensive.
high stress if he broke it, he would have to like buy him a new hand statue that was like $300.
I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Yeah, there you go. And number 2 is the teddy bear cookie jar that somebody was drinking out of.
Oh yeah,
that was a good. That was awesome. That was hilarious. It was.
We still have that,
funny.
by the way.
You got to keep that.
I guess they left it here.
That is a sweet dub. That's what makes throwing the party worth it at all, like entirely. You know. Okay. And then number 1. Listen, if you're gonna show up late to a party, you got to come in big. You got to come in with a splash. And what did I do? I filled one of those. It wasn't. It's like the pool things where you pull the handle back and it sucks water up and then you shoot it up, like you shoot it across the pool like at a high velocity at your friends. You know, I brought that in full of a fifth of Malibu and was shooting shots. I filled up Owen's mouth to the brim with Malibu rum.
Pause. Hey, what did you do?
To the brim, I filled Owen's mouth up with my Malibu that I brought in after showing up 3 hours late to the party. But I gave everybody shots out of it. And if I did, I apologize because I had no idea how much Malibu I was giving you. If I gave you too much, if I gave you too little. I gave you on a lot of Malibu on purpose. That one was on purpose. I did give you a fuck ton of Malibu because it was
I was
funny.
thinking about it, Truman. I think I drank maybe 2 of my own beer at that
Well,
party. That's it. Because how many people were walking around with squirt guns, and how many syringes Dr. Hunter Braden had given me.
That's funny. That's a great birthday. That's the birthday
That
spot
was solid.
right there.
Solid.
All right.
I was impressed with everyone's. The main thing I'll say that I was impressed about, which it's expected with our friends. We have great friends. We have friends that love themes. But I was expecting at least 1 or 2 people to have been like, no, I don't want to do the theme. But we had nobody. Everybody participated.
No, because it's not like a costume where you've got to do a bunch of stuff to do it. It's just bring something fun, and you can grab anything.
I still expect 1 or 2 people to have not read it or to just not do it. But yeah, so I'm thoroughly impressed with our friends.
They nailed it.
Good show.
Yep. All right. Well, I believe that's
1
going
through
to do
5?
it. Run back through it.
Yeah, just real quick.
Honorable mention to the egg from Tina. Number 5, urn. Number 4, syringes. Number 3 is the $300 hand statue. Number 2 is the teddy bear cookie jar. And number 1 is me, baby, with the pool squirty thing.
The plastic pool noodle squirty thing.
Yes, full of Malibu.
You did fucking blast me. You put so much alcohol into... I was like, dude, that was a lot.
Yeah, I saw you fight it just a little bit, but it's coconut rum, so it was, I was like, listen, I know that me and you can fill a mouthful of coconut rum and slam it down, no problem. So
some of us better than the other one, but
okay,
we're not gonna get into it.
Well, hey, I can do it very well. It's just the person I become is not good. Okay. All right, well, I believe that's going to do it. Real quick, I didn't mention at the top of the show, I do want to shout out all of our patrons over on patreon.com/open disaster. Shout out Joe, Aaron, Meltbox Kansas City, now open up in the Iron District. Shout out Dylan, shout out Skylar, and shout out Picaro. Big shout outs to all of y'all for being here and supporting everything. I believe that's it.
Yeah. I mean, we said shorter episode, we're going to nail an hour.
Yeah. No, it's 47. 40. We're going to get it under 50, which is still pretty good for us.
That's good for us.
A big shout out also to everybody hearing the little thing in the background here, our new intro and outro song. Shout out Chandler ! On Spotify. If you want to check out our socials, I'm Steam Machine on everything, and that's Owen. Owen is either OC Dahm or Owen Gosh Dominant on everything, or Domination 7 on a couple things, like Twitch.
Just look up the last name Dahm. There's not that many of us. Owen Dahm, bro. There's literally 2 of us in the whole United States. There are 2 Owen Dahms.
It's the one that looks like him. I'm the one
that looks less cool.
Oh man, the other Owen Dahm looks cooler.
Oh, bro, he's like wakeboarding and shredding, dude. Yeah. It's a tough scene.
All you do is wakeboard and not shred. That sucks.
Apparently, not as much as him, dude.
Damn. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for being here. We appreciate you hanging out with us for Dahm That's True. We will see you guys next week with, who knows, draft stuff probably. Peace.